Hello everyone. I think you probably all know that the ETS has recently published some changes regarding to the TOEFL exams in later 2019. There are changes addressed the listening part, speaking part, and reading part as well. Compared with speaking part and reading part, the changes in listening part are not that obvious. However, it is still worth for us to take a look at. Here is what's new about the TOEFL listening part. For the TOEFL exams before August 1st, 2019, the listening part will remain the same. That means there will be 4 to 6 lectures. And after each lecture, there will be 6 questions. Meanwhile, there will be 2 to 3 conversation-based listenings. After each conversation, 5 questions will be asked. Therefore, in total, the exam will be 60 to 90 minutes long. If you divide the length of exam by the number of questions asked during the exam, you will roughly get the number 1.8 minutes to answer each question. However, for the exams after August 1st, 2019, there will only be 3 to 4 lectures in the listening section. The number of questions for each lecture-based listening will remain the same. At the same time, there will be no change for the conversation-based listening. That means there still will be 2 to 3 conversations, and after each conversation, 5 questions will be asked. However, the total length of the listening part will be shortened to 41 to 57 minutes, which means for each question, you will roughly get 1.5 minutes to answer it. So is it a good thing or bad thing? Let's take a look. For some reasons, the change can be good. As you can tell from the previous chart, there will be less lecture-based listening, which is a good thing, because lecture-based listening are usually more challenging and they can be longer than the conversation-based listening. And each listening material will become shorter since you can see the total time of the exam has changed. That means the listening part will be shorter and you can stay more focused in the writing and speaking section because you are less tired. These are the good aspects of the change. However, there are some negative effects also. I believe you have all noticed that the time for you to answer each question becomes shorter. What can be the consequences of this change? In fact, the change means that you will get less time to think or recall. Especially when you are uncertain about a certain or specific question, this can end really bad. Because with less time, you have to think and locate the answers quickly. In such situation, note-taking skills become critical. Because as we mentioned, note-taking can help you capture the keywords or we say content words in your notes. With notes in front of you, you should be able to think or recall or even locate the answers much quickly. Furthermore, you need to develop the ability to include answers in your notes. This is the key to high score, and also this is the key to constant high score in the listening part. If you still remember the research I talked in the introduction part, which is conducted by ETS, I believe you will understand why the strategies we talked in the previous slides are really important, which refer to note-taking skills and your ability to include answers in your notes. These two are the focus of our intensive class. As you can see, our intensive class, which has a focus on teaching you how to take notes, how to capture keywords in your notes, and how to predict the answers in your notes, can adapt to the new changes that are released by ETS quite well. Therefore, you should be able to succeed in the TOEFL listening exam, even with the new format.